All right. Once again, good morning, good afternoon, and thank you for joining this webinar. It's 9:05 in Palau here, and I believe we've passed 5 minutes uh, past the time. So we'll start the webinar proper. My name is Rizwan, and I'll be taking you through this second webinar. And this webinar is on dashboards. I have actually divided the content into 4 parts. Basically, the introduction of the dashboards. I'll do a demo. We'll share some country experience, and I'll take you through to creating or to show you how to create dashboards. So let's make this a very interactive session. I welcome all the questions or comments. If you have any, you can use the reaction to raise your hands, or you can always put your questions and comments in the chat box or the Q&A section of this meeting. So let's dive deep into dashboards and what they actually are. Just very briefly, can someone confirm if you can see my screen?
Yes, Rizwan, we can see your screen.
Okay. Thank you. Let me. Sorry. So today we'll explore how you can build the interactive dashboard specifically tailored for the custom ASYCUDA system using Apache Superset. That is the technology that we are using for these dashboards. And basically, these dashboards help customs and management, in particular, quickly visualize trade data and operational efficiencies and compliance measures. So a dashboard basically is a visual representation of representation designed to summarize essential data clearly and quickly. For customs using ASYCUDA, these dashboards can track volumes of trade, identify trends in improvement of exports and imports, and ensure regulatory compliance. So ultimately, they provide timely insight to streamline decision-making processes. So the management, controllers, directors, CEOs, and supervisors, they can, in a snapshot, they can view the status of the operations, and it will help them to make decisions more effectively and efficiently. We are using Apache Superset for these dashboards. What is Apache Superset? It is an ideal solution for ASYCUDA dashboard due to its flexibility because it's open source, and there's ease of integration with PostgreSQL. That is the database that we are using in most of the countries, but that is not limited to Postgres only. We can have other database also integrated into this Apache Superset as well. It has a powerful visualization capabilities, as you will see later on during this webinar. And it allows the customs officials to effortlessly create and interact with dynamic visualizations like charts and effectively share important insights across the teams and management levels. So some best practices when creating dashboards. It's important to keep your visualizations clear and focused. So it's important to know what you want to show, what you want to show in the charts, in the dashboards, so that it enables the customs officials to quickly grasp critical insights. You should always select the charts or chart types that are clearly reflecting your customs data. So you'll see later on that there are many different charts available in this, but not all the charts are applicable to what you want to show. So it's very important to decide what type of chart you want to show, and not all charts can portray what you want to visualize. Performance optimization is also very important, especially when working with large volumes of trade data. We all know that the ASYCUDA system, it collects a lot of data, and we do not want to overwhelm the charts with all this data, which makes it difficult for the user to understand or interpret the charts, because it's basically a higher level management dashboards, so anyone can see and note that okay, this is where we are. So if you can see the some of the screenshots, like I say, import duty. So in a snapshot, the executives can see, okay, 5.86 million. So that's the import duty that has been collected during that time. Or there's a gauge where you see the current status of collections and the target. So very easily to identify those things. And finally, you need to ensure that dashboards aligns closely with operational goals and compliance requirements within the customs operations. Okay, I don't have a lot of charts or slides because I want to keep it very interactive and do a demo and show you how it works. So those are the only things I wanted to do an introduction on the dashboards. And I will do a demo now to show you basically what the dashboard looks like. I'll use the FSM's training dashboard to show you, and then I'll call one of the FSM's trade data analysts to share his experience. Please do comment, put your questions and answers in the chat box, or raise your hands if you have any questions, and we'll try to answer them. Rajesh, can you confirm if you can see this? Sorry.
Yes, Rizwan, we can see the login page of dashboard.
Thank you. So this is the login page of the dashboard. I'm using the FSM's training dashboard, and the links will, so the link is actually available on the portal for FSM. So once you click that, you'll be directed to this particular login screen. I'll log in as admin so that I can show you all the necessary functions of this. So this is the Apache superset that we are using for the dashboards. Once you log in, you will be able to see the dashboards which are for you, so it depends on the access level. And this is the dashboard for FSM. Note that this is training and the data here is not live. So it's okay to show. And I have taken permission from FSM to show that dashboard. I'll take you through each of these charts, and note that this is not limited to only these charts. There's many other charts, and we'll see later on and how we can develop them. But as you can see, in a snapshot, you can see, or the management can see, the total collections for that particular period and what is the target. So this chart basically shows that up till now, They've collected 7.19 million, and the target is 10.2 million. So the executives, supervisors, or the management can take necessary actions if the target is not able to be met by that time frame, or they can make other decisions based on this. I mentioned that this Apache Superset dashboard is very interactive. So if you hover or take your mouse and hover over these charts, you'll see the different values. So this bar graph shows the collection by text type by office. So as you can see, Chuk Field Office has collected 1.84 million. But if you just want to see what is the import duty, if you just want to see what is the import duty only, you can only select that portion, and it will show you by office what is the import duty. And similarly, if you want to see import duty and cigarette duty, or just cigarette duty, it will show you that portion only. Or if you want to see all, it will show you all. So it's very interactive and basically drills down to the level of the information that you want to see. I also mentioned that you need to make your dashboards very clear, very simple. So these four cards, we can call these cards, shows the total collections for the different types of duties and taxes. So FSM has got import duty, cigarette duty, fuel, and others. And it clearly shows what is the total collection. This particular chart shows the total declarations, total SADs that is submitted or registered by office. So over here, you see there's different types of SADs. So IM, simplified declaration, import, interstate, and it shows how many declarations were done by office. And it's very, very convenient, because then you'll know the one of the outcomes for this will be that you'll know the performance, or the how busy the office is, and then the resources can be mobilized accordingly. We have the total import. So this is basically showing the total volume of imports coming in by CIF value, and total volume of imports coming in each office, so by invoice value. Over here, you'll see the top 10 commodities traded. So basically the top 10 items which is traded by invoice value. So the larger one is the most value. And if you hover, you'll see the value as well. So 12.1 million of fuel. So 2710, I think fuel. Yeah. So fuel was imported, and then fuel again, and then the rest. This chart shows the top 10 traders by invoice value. So who are the top 10 importers in the country? Again, if you hover, you'll see that it shows the value of import, and it also shows the percentage of import, the percentage contributed in the total import. So 20.9 million was the value import by FSM Petro, and it contributes to almost 36% to the total volume of imports. And this chart, so this is just showing you where the imports are coming from. So it is color-coded, and if you take your mouse and hover over those countries, you'll see. So for example, Australia, you'll see $3.12 million of imports are coming from Australia. And so those countries which are color-coded are the ones that are trading. But if you see this one, UAE 747, one thing I'll point out is that it also shows you any outliers. Basically, what I mean is let's say this, Gabon. Maybe or may not the FSM is trading with this particular country. So what does it show? It basically shows that there can be some data inconsistencies, or when someone entered a declaration, they entered something wrong, or they did not identify the proper country. So it will also show this, and management can quickly pick it up. Same as this, Estonia. So this is trade data, so trading data. So I mean, it will show some random countries, but basically you can also pick out some unexplained or weird data in this. There are other dashboards as well, other types of dashboards, but this is just one that we did for FSM. Now, I'll show you the beauty of this. It is interactive, and we can drill down further. So for example, if I want to know what is the value of this, or how many declarations this particular importer did, and what are they importing, I'll just click on this. Yeah, I hope you can see. So what is happening is now it's loading, you see, and all these charts changed because I've selected this particular company. All these charts, they changed to show the, so for example, these top 10 commodities. Now it is showing that top 10 commodities imported by this particular company. It is now showing the total declarations done by that particular company and in which office. Similarly, the value of import and the value of import by office, the import duty, cigarette duty, fuel duty, and others. So it is showing now for that particular company only. So if you click on that, it will, the chart will automatically adjust to show information for those whatever is selected. Now I have unselected this, so it has gone back to the original state. Now, next. So for example, someone would like to know which company imports this particular commodity, 8542. So you can drill down. So right click, drill by, and then you will select the company. So we can select the company code or the company name. Let's say the company name. Now what will happen is, see, it will show you the company which is importing that. So 100% of that particular import is a particular commodity is imported by the FSM telecommunication. If you would want to know further, where is this imported from? Again, drill by and country of origin. So now I will show you that that particular commodity was imported by FSM telecommunication from Japan. And then you can continue drilling down and see the rest of the information. So that is the beauty of these dashboards and charts. So keeping a consideration of the time, I'll stop the demo here for this, and I would like to invite the FSM analyst, Mr. Van, if he can quickly share some of his experiences using the dashboards. Van, if you are there, please, you can come online.
Hello?
Yes,
Can you?
Van, can go ahead. Yes, I can hear you. We can hear you.
All right. Thank you, Rizwan. My name is Fan David, and I am from the FSM government. And I am now the data analyst for the government. And FSM is one of the newest countries to be implementing ASYCUDA. And the dashboard is still very new to us, but now seeing the benefits of it. So for example, the first one is the flexibility of the dashboard. As Rizwan already mentioned, the chart that he showed is not limited to those data. If management wants other kinds of data to be reported, I believe we can ask the experts to implement it. And the second benefit is the transparency of the dashboard. So instead of us printing out reports or extracting data of ASYCUDA and submitting to our management, the management have access to this dashboard, which they can just see instantly what they want to see, what kind of data they require, and it is real time. We also use dashboard now to compare to our monthly reports for imports, because in the dashboard we can do a filter between two dates. Like if you want to search within a certain month, you get that filter, and the data will show that month. So, and also it is very useful that we can put our projection in there. And as you saw in Rizwan's presentation, the KK shows how closer we are to our target, which is very useful for our management. And there's many more. I believe the dashboard has a lot of potential, but we're still new to it. So that's all the experience I can share at the moment. Thank you, Riz.
Thank you, Van. Can you share some negative experiences as well, if you have any?
Just one negative experience is if we provide a wrong report to our boss, he will know. not so much
So
negative.
you cannot hide now because he
yes,
has
we
access
cannot
to
lie
it
to
now.
our bosses now.
Okay. So
Thank you.
positive for the boss.
Yes, it is positive for the management.
Okay, thank you, Van. Thank you for your insights on this.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll continue on to the next part of this webinar, where I'll show you how to create these charts and dashboards. So going back to the FSM training dashboard, I'll share my screen. Rajesh, if you can confirm if you can see my screen.
Yes, Rizwan, we can see your screen now.
Thank you. Okay, so there are different components to this, and to come to these particular dashboards, we have to start from basically creating data sets. So data sets is writing SQL queries to bring in or to retrieve the data that you want to display in the form of charts. So we'll go on to that first. And how you do this is going to the SQL lab, and you'll be directed to this particular page. So this page is where you write your queries. And if you know what are SQL queries, you will understand, but I'll show you some simple queries that we can do. Now, you need to, before that, actually, you need to connect your database. And those countries who have it, we have actually connected the database and we have given them the access. For now, we'll use the FSM training DB. I'll not go into detail of how you create the queries, but to show you how we can create the charts with this. So let's do a simple select. So let's select all the fields from let's select also set general segment is one of the tables, and we'll run it to show. Okay. So when we run and you get some data, that means your query is correct. So now we have got all the data from this particular table. Let's save this data set because we'll use it later on, and give it a name. And save and explore. Once you click on save and explore, it will take you to this particular window where you can create charts using that data set that we have just created. Now, by default, the chart type is table, but when you click on this view all charts, you'll see the different charts which are available. So when you click on all charts, you'll see multiple different types of charts which you can use. I mentioned in the beginning that you need to select the appropriate chart so that the data is clearly visualized. If you are selecting some difficult charts like this, I mean, it can be done, but it will be difficult, or it may not be appropriate for that particular information. So let's do some simple charts. So let's say we want to do a bar chart. Let's click on popular. So these are some of the popular charts. So let's do a bar chart. Select. And now you'll see on the left-hand side, this is all the columns that we got from that table, set general segment. Let's say we want to see how many entries were done in each office. So let's say the first chart. How many entries we did in each office. So we see x-axis, metrics, and dimensions. So these are some of the things that you need to familiarize yourself. X-axis is where we'll show the office. So let's select the office column. Where is the office? You need to be familiar with these column types. And in the matrix, since we want to see the total number of entries, we can select, let's say, a registration number and drop it down in the matrix. It will ask us to count or sum. Let's say we count and then save. Once we do that, we can update the chart and it will show you a preview of the chart. So you can see the office codes are at the bottom in the x-axis and the count of the total declarations. So 2.69 thousand declarations done in Juke and others, right? Let's save this. So once you are satisfied, okay, this is what we want, and you can go ahead and customize it. You can give names. So let's say office code. So it will be in the bottom, and then you can give a color. You can choose your own color. So, and there are other formatting features available which you can actually play with. For now, we'll just do this. Let's save this. I'll save it as photo declarations. And then let's save. So let's create a couple of charts, then we'll go to the dashboard. So let's save this. Webinar. Okay. Now, let's create some more charts. Let's create a pie chart to show the total collections. So we can use big number, or we can actually use big number with trend line. So this will show you the total collection and compare with the previous month. Let's try this one. So let's use in the x-axis. We can use what we want to see is we want to see the total collections. Okay. So in the total collections, we have to choose the appropriate data column, which is let's say this amount duty. Maybe not. See a big chart. Okay, let me find one appropriate column of this. Sorry. Okay. Let's see this. Okay. So this column is the total collections, and you'll see the total collections for that month. Remember, we can always filter, or we can always filter by date. So this filter is date, and we can show for different periods as well. And let's save this quickly. Save. Let's quickly do one more chart. I want to show you the top 10 companies. Okay, companies, which one can we use? Okay, let's use this funnel. Okay. So let's see the top 10 companies importing into the country. So in the dimensions, we can put the company code or the company name. Let's put company code. And in the matrix, we can put what we want to show. So the top 10 companies importing by invoice value, or top 10 companies contributing to the tax collected. So let's say top 10 companies contributing to the tax collected. So again, we can use this and sum. So let's update, and you'll see the top 10 companies. I think that's enough chart for now, and we'll save this. Right. So you have created your charts. Now it's time to visualize that in a dashboard. So how do we do that? We'll just go to dashboards, and we'll create dashboards. Okay, and you'll be presented with a blank canvas where you can actually drag and drop all the charts that you have created. So on your right, you will see the different charts that are available to use. And we can just drag and drop. So let's say we give it a name. Let's say webinar. And let's drag and drop. So first of all, this is the one we created. Just drag and drop. And you can adjust the size of the chart as well. Next one, say, actually we create. Let's just put one more. And let's do this. Okay. Just put one more. I cannot find. Okay. So basically, what I'm showing you is what charts you have created. You can drag and drop and have those charts available in the desktop as you like. So you can adjust the column size, you can adjust the width, height, and so forth. Also, there are different layout elements. You can have tabs. So you can have different tabs on top here. So if you want to show operational data, dollar, the total collections, so you can have different tabs for that and so forth. Let's save this. And this dashboard was saved. Still under draft. It is not published. So we click that and now it will be published. So published means now the users can see that. So if you go to the home page, we'll see the webinar dashboard available on this. And we'll be able to see the different types of charts that you have created in the dashboard itself. And these are all interactive. One also mentioned about the filters. So on the left-hand side, you see some filters where you can actually filter by date, by company, and anything. So mostly we use date. So time range, you can use the time range and date to filter the period of data that we want to see. So let's cancel it. And that's very, very briefly, just a basic demo or instruction on how to go about designing these charts and designing the dashboard. There's a lot more into this, and we cannot cover everything in this 1 hour webinar. But I just wanted to show you how we can do this. I wanted to show you the flexibility, the features of these dashboards, and how the management can benefit, and the countries actually can benefit from having this. This is also available. You can also see this in your mobile phones, in your tablets. So you can access this anywhere on the go, right? You don't need to have a PC for this. You can access it on your phone and tablets as well. I think I'll stop there with the demo, and if there are any questions, comments, anyone wants to come up and speak, the floor is open. We have 15 minutes, so let's discuss. I'm sure a lot of you would have questions. Yes, I can see PNG Customs. Yes, please. Can PNG Customs.
Hi, Rich. Can you hear me?
Yes, John, I can hear you loud and clear.
Firstly, thank you very much for that presentation. It was very informative. It's something that we've been looking forward to do for some time. And as like you rightfully said, I mean, we developed something in house earlier on, and like you rightfully said, by looking at them, we found a lot of discrepancies, especially with trade information. So, like the trading country, like you mentioned, the supplementary units, country of origin, so many issues came about after the development of this trade, this dashboard. But we've heard of this Apache subset, superset. And I think sometimes it works with Kafka as well, but we haven't tried it actually. So now that you've shown us, I think our team here will go back and try to look into that. We developed ours using another platform, using Plotly, called Plotly Dashboard. But I think in comparison with this one is a lot, a bit more, I would say, what's the right term? Intuitive, like it's you can click, drag and drop and do the queries, you know. So I must say, I think our team here can go back and look into them. Some questions I have is in terms of data synchronization as queries. Is this software able to query real-time data? If you get what I mean.
Thank you, John. Thank you for your comments. And first of all, before answering questions. Okay. Let's go one at a time before I forget. So, first question was data synchronization, right?
Yeah, I mean, can it do
Yes.
real-time?
Yes. So we can connect to the database. So it basically we are connecting to your database. So whether you want to connect to your training database or live database or your statistical database. And if you're connecting to your live database, then yes, your data is in real time. So the information that you are presented with, it basically depends on what database you connect to. If your database is providing real-time data, then yes, the dashboard will be providing real-time data as well. Going back to your earlier comment, John. So yes, this is a Apache superset, which is open source and it's very interactive, if you can say that. And there is a lot of documentations around it. We have chosen this because it's, as you have seen, that it is easy. It can be easily done, just drag and drop. Not much technical expertise needed there, but it's not limited to that. As you have said that you have used your own in-house system, but there are others out there. But this is what we have chosen to develop the dashboards. Yes, John, you can continue with your next question. I hope I have answered that one.
Yeah, that's okay. I think my query was like you said, because our management here sometimes they require real-time information. So just and I think for this Apache, is it cloud-based, or we can install it on premises and then develop it? I mean, sorry, we haven't tried it. I mean, just to get some idea before we can have a look at it from outside as well.
Yes, definitely you can do that. There's a lot of documentations out there. Okay. You have any other questions, John?
No, I think that's pretty much it. We'll just go back and have a look at it. If we have questions, we'll come back to it.
Okay, thank you. We have Tebe raising. Yes, Tebe, you can ask your question or comment.
Thank you for the presentation. We just have one issue from Yen Tuvalu about our dashboard, the live dashboard. Problem is that the ICT here in Tuvalu, the ICT department is blocking the web link for the dashboard. I also have mentioned it on the ASMP about our issue, and still I haven't had any response about the dashboard block. If you guys can have a look at it. I also dropped
Yes.
some email to Rajesh.
Yes, Tembe, thank you for your query. Yes, we will discuss with Rajesh and we'll get back to you in this regards.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We still have some time remaining. If you have some questions, comments on that. So I know that a lot of countries will want to have these dashboards, and there are plans to roll out these dashboards to these countries. So if you would like to have this, you can put it in the probably. I think there is Rajesh is going around having meetings with countries to develop the work plan. So this can be also part of the work plan if you would like to have this dashboards in your country. Okay, any other comments, questions? Yes, Maria.
Thank you, Rizwan. Thank you for the presentation. It's good to have a bit of a refresher on. Just going through the actual dashboard, training, tests, user not available. Is there a reason why?
Sorry, Maria, I could not get your question because you were breaking out. Can you repeat your question, please?
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so have been going into the test to do our dashboard. Work on Kukan. What is it?
Sorry, Maria.
In the charts.
You are breaking. Okay, let's see.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but you are breaking out. If you can put your question in the chat, then I can see that.
The chat. Okay, wait. No, I'm gonna go outside and ask from outside in somebody's computer. Hang on.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Chris, there's
So
a question in the Q&A also from Stanley.
yes, Stanley from Q&A. Okay. It's loading. How many countries in the region have implemented Apache Superset dashboard? So currently we have Palau, we have FSM, we have yeah. So thank you, Maria. Let me answer this question for Stanley, then we'll get to you. Yeah. So Stanley asked how many countries in the region have implemented Apache Superset dashboard. Currently we have Palau, FSM, Tonga, Cook Islands, was it Tuvalu? Rajesh, Tuvalu. Okay. Rajesh, are those the only ones?
Yes, Rizwan. Currently, we have about 5 countries, we can say. Kiribati, Tuvalu, Tonga, Cooks, and Tonga, they are developing their own. I think it's under development, not published yet.
Okay. And we have Palau and FSM. Okay. Yes, Maria, you can go ahead now.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I think just one question in regards to the actual test where we are building our dashboard. Is there a reason why some of the currency is not available on in the charts? Like let's say it's New Zealand dollars or US dollars.
Probably it's the. So this is when you are developing the charts, right? So you are selecting the different types of currencies.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's say I'm using big number to show the revenue. Yes. But I wanted to use the big number to provide like a New Zealand currency instead of a US currency, but I can't find a New Zealand currency.
So by default, it is just US, and you can actually add the add the currency type in your customization section, the features. So by default, it is US, but you can have text where you can actually put the currency, different currency types. You will not be able to see in the drop down, but there is a way to add them.
Okay.
Because by default, it's US.
Okay, I can email you to show me that way.
Yes, you can email to Rajesh and myself. So
Okay, cool. Thank you. Going to the
we have
beach
4
now.
more minutes. We have 4 more minutes.
Thank you. Rizwan?
Yes.
As for Norul, because we've just originally got back from the training in Suva, but we haven't started any dashboard because we haven't issued the database account. So if we could at least make a training database, so I can keep up with the skills and just make a refresh training on myself.
Yes,
So we can.
so thank you for.
Yep.
Thank you for your comment. Yes, I know we have just completed the dashboard training in Fiji, and you're part of it. So the data center in Suva is undergoing an upgrade, expansion basically. And once it is completed, once the expansion is completed, this will be rolled out to the countries. But I suggest that, like I mentioned, you can always put this as part of the work plan. One of the deliverables in the work plan that you can have dashboards. So you can definitely look at this.
Yes, thank you, Usman.
Okay. Chamberlain, I see your hand is up. Yes, please, you can go ahead.
Yes, good afternoon, Rizwan, and all the participants. Thank you for the opportunity to join this afternoon. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge for the presentation and congratulations to FSM for this milestone. It's an opportunity that we don't have, which leads to a question of how do we prioritize of like who are the first countries to create or to create this dashboard. It's something that we have been requesting for quite a while, but it's not forthcoming. And I know Maria is laughing because of they're quite ahead for us. The question will be, how long does it take to create a dashboard? And the reason why I ask is, when we will be seeing ourselves in this position, because this is very important for us in terms of we're heading towards the last half of the financial year, and these are the kinds of reports that our management needed, and even the minister. So I'll leave it this stage before I can ask some more questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Chamberlain, for your question. Like I said previously to Q&A as well, I think it's a similar question. The data center in SMP is undergoing an upgrade. Once it is upgraded, then you can start rolling this out to other countries. But you can always, in terms of priority, you can always put that and discuss with the regional coordinator. Danushki is here as well, and put it in your work plan so that this can be prioritized if it's a priority for you. Danushki, if you would like to add to that, if I may ask you.
Hi, good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Dhanushki. Chamberlain, thanks for the question. I think we've reached out to you and the team in Niue to discuss the PACER project work plan. So maybe we can take up this request on the dashboards and reports in that conversation. I look forward to discussing this with you further. Thank you.
Thank you, Dhanushri.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I think it's 10. If there are no other questions, Jeffrey, if there are no other questions or comments, I'll pass it on to Jeffrey, and he wants to make an announcement for next week's webinar. Jeffrey, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Can you see me, please?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay, and you, I think it's loud, loud and clear for everyone. Okay. Just for the next webinar, the next topic that we will discuss in the next webinar will be the container pass. We understand some countries have shown interest in this, so for the benefit of the Pacific, I think we're going to take this opportunity through the webinar to show everyone what exactly the container pass can offer. And based on that webinar, then that's where we can pick up your interest. And if you have any questions or any comments, we'll be very happy to hear from you. The only thing that I would love to see is to have the cargo section staff, especially from customs. Those staff are actually the people on the ground who can actually tell us what's happening in terms of the movement of the containers from the port and to the freight forwarders' premises. So I really insist if they can be part of the teams that will be participating in this webinar when you connect in the next or upcoming session, webinar session. That's all from my end, Riz. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you for the announcement, and looking forward to seeing all of you next week. Dhanushri, yes, you have a... Oh, I thought you wanted to say something.
Sorry, that's a mistake. I was just trying to clap, saying thank you very much, Riz. Well done.
Okay, thank you, everyone. See you next week.
Thank you, Rish.
Thanks for joining.
Guys.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Ini bikinan apa?